This video will guide you through the necessary steps to facilitate the initial installation of your robot. The package contains the robot, base station charger, 6 pegs for securing the base station, power cable, user manual, 6 spare blades and 6 spare screws for securing the blades, Quix ruler, 100 meters of perimeter wire, and 130 stakes for securing the perimeter wire. Before installing the robot, clear the yard of all objects, toys, hoses, and other items that may interfere with your work or the robot mower. After that, mow the grass to a height of no more than 60 millimeters. Before installation, carefully plan your yard to design a perimeter that will optimize the robot's operation. To define the boundaries of the mowing area, lay the boundary wire across the edges. Zones where the robot should not work, as well as obstacles that the robot might encounter, can be secured with the boundary wire, thus creating exclusion zones. Determine the ideal position for the base station and start laying the boundary wire from there. Once you've determined the position, secure the charger to the ground using pegs. Then begin laying the boundary wire. For special cases, refer to the manual and use the perimeter sketch you prepared in advance. Connect one end of the wire to the socket on the back of the charger unit. When laying the wire, be careful not to over-tighten it or damage the insulation. It's ideal to place the pegs at intervals of 70 centimeters. Hammer the pegs completely into the ground. After laying the wire, connect the other end to the remaining socket on the back of the base station unit. Check if the LED indicator light is green and stable. Activating the robot. The robot can be controlled using its built-in keyboard. Turn on the robot, enter the default pin code 0000, set the mowing height to its maximum level, and place the robot in the base station for charging. Once all the previous steps are completed, you can program the robot to suit your specific requirements. Press and hold the Start and Home buttons for 3 seconds to access the pin code settings. The robot will prompt you to enter the initial pin code, pin 1, and then you can enter a new desired pin code, pin 2. Restart the robot, and upon reboot, it'll require the newly set pin code. To access the date and time settings, press and hold the Start button for approximately 3 seconds. The year will be displayed first, followed by the month and day, and finally the time. Press and hold the Start and OK buttons for 3 seconds to access the default start time settings for the robot mower. Set the start time according to your preference, and the robot will begin its mowing cycle at the selected time each day. For example, the robot can be set to start working at 7:30 a.m. To set the default mowing duration for a single day, press and hold the OK button for approximately 3 seconds. For instance, the robot can be configured to operate for 6 hours per day. The default mowing schedule is set to 5 days per week. However, by pressing and holding the Home and OK buttons for approximately 3 seconds, you can access the day settings. You can choose to configure the robot to mow 3, 5, or 7 days a week, based on the previously set start times and mowing durations. By pressing and holding the Home button for approximately 3 seconds, the text Rain will appear on the screen. In this menu, you can enable or disable the rain sensor as needed. The robot mows in random directions. When it encounters the perimeter wire, it slows down, stops, and changes its mowing direction. Upon detecting low battery power, it follows the perimeter wire back to the base station for charging. Periodically, or as needed, inspect the condition of the blades and replace them with the spare ones if necessary. The robot is waterproof and can be cleaned using a garden hose. Your Quix XS.